Guess what? Studio D. I'm just kidding. Studio A. I used to love this movie called The Insider. And there's a really powerful. It's about a whistleblower. It's a true story about a whistleblower who was in big tobacco. It was played by Russell Crowe, and he's talking to a journalist, played by Al Pacino. And Al Pacino, they're having this conversation over the phone, and Al Pacino's warning him. He's saying, "Listen, you need to get ready," because things were heating up. He was getting ready to come out publicly with going into court cases and coming out publicly with what was going on in tobacco companies. And he's talking to him, and Al Pacino's character is like, "You got to get ready because they're going to look under every single nook and cranny of your life, and they're going to find out everything." And he's saying, "Listen, I told the truth. I'm telling the truth." And he said, "No, no, no." He said, "You don't understand. They're going to find out everything you've ever done wrong." He had a divorce he had been through. He had had some problems in his life. And he said, once they find all these things out, they're going to bring it all out into the public. And they're going to paint you a certain way. And you're going to be seen that way. And no matter what you say, no one's going to believe after they're done with you. And he gets really, really frustrated. Russell Crowe's acting is really good in this scene. And he says, whose life doesn't have marks if you look closely enough? Whose life doesn't have these problems if you just look closely enough? He asked him a couple questions. Have you ever looked at another woman's body? Have you ever done, and he's like, come on. He's like, I told the truth. And he's like, that's the whole point. And he's trying to get him to see something. It's very interesting. It was getting into human nature. Our nature is we see things a certain way. We like to think we think in nuances, right? But really, we're very black and white about things. When you think about the story of Ishmael and Isaac, Abraham and Sarah are tired of waiting for God to deliver on this promise. So they find Hagar. She's a concubine. I think she might have even been an Egyptian slave or something like that. And then Abraham has a child with her, and that's Ishmael. But they believe God. Abraham believes God. And they have a son through, God gives them a son, which is Isaac. And he is the child of this promise. Ishmael is not. Now, it might appear arbitrary, right? I mean, they had a child, but that child wasn't the child of the promise. Ishmael wasn't a child of promise. Now, you go to Esau and Jacob, and Esau has the right to this inheritance because he's the older son. And it's always been understood this way. The oldest son, we have the right to the inheritance. And Jacob disguises goes to his father when his father is, blind, and tricks his father and steals the inheritance, and ends up on the run as Esau's chasing him down. And in this story, the way I've told it and the way you see it, Esau's the victim. But who does God bless in the story? In the end, God blesses Jacob. There's an old passage in the Bible. It says, it's in the Psalms, it says, there's a way that seems right to a man, but in the end, it's the way of death. And just like in The Insider, we see people a certain way. We see them that way, and we say, this person's good, this person's bad. But God, in his wisdom, wants to show what his sovereign choices are. And in doing that, he will sometimes pick the one that goes against our way of thinking. Why would he do that? Because in order to follow the person of Christ, you cannot be of this world. But wait a minute, we're all born into this world. Right? So my conclusion is this: when you look at these Romans passages, if you're born in this world, just think about how hard it is to change your mind when you have your mind set on something. Just to pick something that's contemporary and going on right now, my whole life, when I was like, 7 years old, it was 1979. My cousin got me, I was a Chargers fan. My cousin bought me a Bengals football. And I was like, Bengals? It was like a Nerf football. I said, who are they? I didn't even know who they were. And he said, well, they're awesome. I remember him saying the Bengals are awesome. And they went to a Super Bowl that year, like in 1980. I was like, oh, they really are awesome. So they became my favorite team. And I remember at one point thinking, I wish they would just move from Cincinnati so I could hate them. But instead, they've just remained my favorite team forever. It's just like, now I'm not super committed to the NFL in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying that it's like they just kind of stayed my favorite team. It wasn't, it'd be easier to hate them if they just moved. Couldn't change my mind about them. And that's pretty arbitrary, isn't it? Really not a big deal. And yet, how are we supposed to change our hearts and minds about the nature of what it means to be who we are and to believe the things that God has done that run counterintuitive to the things of this world? If we can't change our mind about arbitrary small things, how do we expect to change our own minds about really big things? About whether we're going to adhere to the things of this world or go against that nature and adhere to the things of Christ. We probably are not going to do that. Let's be honest. We will need the power of God to do that. And that's ultimately God's sovereign choice. It goes against our way of thinking about things. And God did it this way so you would see that He's the one that did it.